Today is a very quick video about an amazing, absolutely free file program that can help you find duplicate photos and files and then selectively, easily in large groups or small groups, delete them and fix them and so forth, period. So I did a lot of research on the other one. I love this one. It's free. If you notice down there, it's Alldup. It says it's 100% clean, and I believe it. I think they're an amazing company. So if you install and you start up Alldup, I'm going to give you just a real brief overview, real quick. So when you first start out, you have search folders right here to pick out. And it may automatically put common ones there. But for me, for example, I added C:temp. So what you could do is you could have one, say you had one directory with all your photos, and then you wanted to add more photos, and you could put them into C:temp, and then merge the two of them, and only keep them in master, which is the goal, whether it be photos, again, files, or programs. You can do all of it. So when your source folder, you can add a folder. So you add a folder, and then you'd add the path and add that in. In this case, we're not going to add any more because we already have what we want. That's my goal. Then you start to figure out your search method. So the search method gives lots of opportunities. So for my photos, I said I want the same file extension. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same name, because it could be something that an iPhone gave with an I something or other, and it could be a file that I renamed to Happy Fun Party, whatever it was. And then you also want it to be file content. So these three I collect, and there's lots and lots of options of all of these different things that if you start to think about, you can certainly take advantage of. And then the file content here goes over to the file and it does an SH1, which is a byte by bit comparison of the file. So the file has to be identical, bit by bit, otherwise it won't work. And that's what's so beautiful about this program. One of the reasons, just one of the reasons. So then you can say start search. And it'll start through there, and I'm going to pause this video and stop and continue once. Well, I just remembered I can't really pause, or at least haven't figured out how to pause the video with using an iPad or an iPhone. So this is a second video to add on. So we did this search, and here's the search results. And here's where the power comes in. So what you can see here is each of these are groups. The little squares are groups, and you can expand each group. And I'm not going to expand the first one. Well, I will, and it's just show you it has a lot of underbar files, which I really don't know that I need, and I can get rid of, but I'm not going to worry about that for this video. But then here we expand these three, and you can see that they're somewhere here or there. Now, supposing you want to just get rid of all the files that are duplicates in the C:temp, which would be the normal case. Well, how do you pick just them? Well, first of all, you can sort by path. Just click on the path. So you could always say, move it up to here or move it down to there. And then what you could say is select. And the select here is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this as far as the options. And I haven't looked at 99% of them, but the one I found was select only the first file in all groups. Well, guess what? That happens to be here, the temp, and temp. So then, okay, you selected them. Now what you can do, and see how there's two of these, and two of these. Then you can go into the file manager, which processes selected files. So these are the selected files, and you click on file selectors. So I'm deleting the files, and I say all groups, ignore filter. I don't know what that is, but show file protection mode. Remove all process files from the search result. Don't log any action faster. So all I said was, of all those files collected, I just say delete. You want to be sure? Certainly. That's it. And you gave me an example. And I had a little message come in. So now we'll close this. And we go about, now you see that there's only 111 in each of these. But in some cases, what if you have in your temp folder, several directories would have 3 of them in, or 2 of them in, or 1 of them in. Well, what you can start to do then is you can start by still sorting by path, and then you can say, then sort by, and select them, and then sort by duplicates. So if you sorted by duplicates, you would get down to where these only have 1, so you don't want to delete any more of them, but you might want to delete, say there were several files up here as an example. Then what you can do is remove. All right, so how do you do that? Well, so you remove, where was it? Remove. Oh, I can't find the one. Pause. Oh, yes. So what we wanted to do is click on remove, and it's the very first one. Remove all groups with a certain number of files from this search result. So these are the groups again, and in these cases we want to remove the files from there. So remove all groups, and we say the file count 1. So any group that only has 1 left in it, we want to keep, and so we want to remove that from our list as far as future searches. So we would get rid of them, and now we're down to this. And then we could then go ahead and do the same thing. Say we had 2 or 3 copies of something. Hopefully this helps to make you understand things. It's an amazing program, incredibly simple, and works like a charm. You're best off to try to do stuff locally on your own Windows machine as opposed to external drives, but it can be done, and it's been flawless. And I thank everybody for making this.